Hello YouTube, today we're going to be setting up a 40-gallon breeder for the goldfish. Finally going to get an update on patches and all the baby goldfish. We'll also be spending a little time on the 75-gallon planted tank that we set up last week. So stay tuned and we'll have some fun. So this is the 40-gallon breeder I'm going to be moving them to. As you can see, I've already started cleaning it out. This is where the bleeding heart tetras, the blood fins, and the corridors came from that are now over. In the 75-gallon tank over here, you can see everyone's doing well. Here are the goldfish now. You might be able to see them. There's a couple small ones there, but yep. So people ask me how the goldfish are doing. That's about my window of opportunity to see how they're doing. So we can finally get them out of the tote, get them back on camera. Alright, so we got the hang-on back filter off of there. There's still quite a bit of junk in here. I'm going to do another water change, just try to get it cleaned up a little more. Kind of stir up the gravel. This is all just nasty algae that I'm sure the goldfish will slowly pick out over time anyways. But I still want to be as clean as possible to start with. I'll probably end up dropping this down about 75% or so of the water. Throw some rocks in here, just put some kind of hardscape. Just make it a little easier on the eyes. Not too much though, gotta give them lots of room. We are almost ready to see some goldfish. I got it as clean as it's gonna get right now. We still have algae on the back wall, but I don't really care about any of the side panels, just the front panel. Most of the crap is out of there. We still have some rocks to add, which I'm gonna do right now. This is gonna be nothing fancy, just, you know, something to make it look less plain. And like I said, I don't want to go with too many rocks, simply because I like to give them as much room as possible, so we're probably just going to throw a couple rocks in here. And yeah, still lots of crud. Pretty deep sand bed, but you guys know that's how I like it. And then we got one more big one we'll put over here probably, I don't know. Mainly just temporary living space for these goldfish while we continue to rearrange the fish room. Couple rocks, I'll put some plants in there. I don't know, we'll see what I got, but now it's actually time to look at the goldfish. Okay, we'll see what we can find here. Just going to start removing this by hand. There are other plants in here, not just these floating plants. You can see we've got a dying off lily bulb here. And here's something interesting. Got a couple of fresh bulbs here. Although that doesn't look very fresh, but the bulbs look alright. So we'll have to save that. I think that's onion plant or something like that, if I remember right. I don't know. There is some hardscape in here too that I forgot about. Some dwarf lily in here. Now we start to see some goldfish. So I'll end up putting a lot of this water lettuce into the goldfish tank just to help with nitrates, since it is going to be overstocked a little bit. Almost here. I got the sponge filter unplugged. We'll be moving that over. Here is Patches. Kind of can see him there. So I can scoop one of these guys up. No, I don't want to do that. That's kind of mean. I got a couple pieces of wood in here. Maybe I'll throw those in there. Oh, lots of wood in here, actually. Maybe those will go in the 75-gallon then. Crushing all these goldfish as I drop them in there. Oops, sorry, Patches. There's a nice piece of wood. I forgot about all these pieces of wood. This piece again, I like that piece too. Alright, I think I will put those in the 75-gallon. And I think I'm just about ready to start moving some goldfish over. Yeah, it should be okay. Maybe get these pots out of here, might make it a little easier. There's a little piece of Anubias on that pot. Pretty cool little goldfish right there, as you probably didn't get a chance to look at him. But I'm going to start moving these over and then I will check back in. I know what you're thinking, why are we looking at the 75-gallon that I set up last week? Or 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure, you know, the time I set it up, between the time you guys saw it, whatever, who cares. I added the goldfish to that 40-gallon breeder, but of course they kind of stirred up the water, stirred up the substrate, so I'm going to let that clear. In the meantime, that wood I found, I am going to put in this tank. And just see if I can maybe fill this tank in a little more, make it look a little better. So here is the wood we are looking at. It does have some algae on there, some pretty nasty blackbeard algae. I'm just going to kind of squirt this with liquid carbon from Aquarium Co-op. Normally I would use hydrogen peroxide, but I'm out of it, or I cannot find it. Pretty sure I'm out of it though. I use that stuff more than I should, I think, but we're just gonna let that sit for a little while, then we'll rinse it off and get it in the tank. While we're waiting on the wood, might as well at least give you a little sneak peek of Patches over here. You can see the water is definitely cloudy. Swimming around, checking out its new digs. All the babies are over here, it looks like. But I got the filter back on there again, trying to get this cleared up for you guys so we can get some nice clean shots of the goldfish. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Another one up here. So we are in wait mode for a while. So here is kind of where we're at after I got the wood in there. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Put the piece back here. Another piece kind of stretching across the front there, and then the long piece over here. What I'm trying to do is eventually, when this all grows out, is keep all the plants behind like the rock and the wood so that it keeps the front open. I'm not going to go with a foreground plant. I'm hopefully just going to let the back fill in and get nice and bushy, so that'll be cool. And leave some room so we can actually see the corridors when they're out and about, and the petricola here. There was just another one out here somewhere, but looks like he's already gone. So yeah, I think hopefully this will fill out well. I can already tell that the sword plants are not doing well, so I'm going to have to get some root tabs in there to help them along. Here we go. Here's a Synodontis burchardi just hanging out. Zoom in on him. Pretty neat guy. But the goldfish tank has cleared up a bit, so let's take a look. Here we go. Like I said, really basic setup here. I haven't added the water lettuce in here yet. I'm going to have to keep the hang-on back filter on there. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just like the last 40 breeder, you know, goldfish, they do produce a ton of waste. But as you can see, Patches is doing excellent. All the fry that I have kept, I really like this guy here. Actually, I mean, I kept all these ones for a reason, because these were my favorite out of the 20 that I got. Of course, I lost 2, I think. And these are the remaining ones. I really like this guy, and then the big white one over here with the black spot. Really like that guy too. So for this tank here, I might slowly add more stuff as time goes on. I do have some Crypt spiralis hanging around I might try, but I'm pretty sure Patches would make quick work of that. The baby goldfish, when I had them in there with the Crypt spiralis, they didn't really bother it at all, but Patches is a pretty big guy, so he'd probably destroy it. I gotta say, I do miss looking at Patches. I kind of forgot as he was in that tote just how much I love this guy, so I'm glad we got him back in a tank, and we'll be able to see him every day now. Well, at least I will, not you guys. Now, lighting for this tank is just one 36-inch Stingray LED. That's all it takes to make these guys look great. Somebody asked me what I put in my hang-on back filters the other day, and if you're watching, strictly mechanical, just filter floss, that's it. Batting from Walmart. This is some extra stuff I had laying around that I just threw in there, but you can see here, mainly just batting. No chemical, nothing like that, strictly mechanical. It's not here for biological. That's what the sponge filter in the back over there is for, if we can kind of see it. Well, you guys know what's there. Alright guys, there we go. We finally got the goldfish back on camera. We got to see Patches. We need to get little Steen on camera. I feel like it's been forever since we've seen the puffer. But the next project is going to be this planet tank over here, which is just insane. Let me show you. So you can see how much light we're pumping into this tank, and you can see how insanely dark it is, because it is bushy in here. It is definitely a jungle. The fish don't even have room to swim. I've been ignoring it long enough. So this is the next project we'll be working on. Gonna have a lot of plants to spread around to other tanks, which is nice. Guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down. I don't really care. Just do one or the other, and I'll see you all next time.